Welcome to the Verdin Verdict Sports Show. My name is Jacob Verdin. Hope everybody had a good weekend. It's Monday. I'm not too excited about Monday. Some people aren't too starting the week. But look, you got LSU football practice reports. We're back on the field. Nussmeier back out there. Everybody's breathing a sigh of relief, if you will. You don't got to worry about QB2. You don't got to worry about quarterback in general. You got one of the best ones under center. But what do you have to worry about? What are the question marks left for LSU football? You know they got some. Can't please everybody. You can't always have everything figured out all the time. As per usual, live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, on Facebook, wherever you get your every platform, every social. At Verdin Verdict, give us a follow. As per usual, live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. All right, let's just jump right into the water. Off a diving board, into the deep end. Garrett Nussmeier looks good. Looks unbothered by the knee movement today. There was a few times where look in the pocket, full speed sprinted right through his line, and still a little gun shy, a little worried, a little banged up, a little sore, whatever you want to. Still timid. He wouldn't be doing that. He wouldn't be letting it fly. He wouldn't be throwing all the caution to the wind out there in the practice field. Now, as of quarterback depth, I'm gonna just rip the Band-Aid off. I'm a little worried about LSU's quarterback situation after Garrett Nussmeier. I'm not 13 or might 18 before the season's all said and done. I'm a little worried about Michael Van Buren and let's say Colin Hurley, even though I don't see any chance that he starts, gets a backup role, is just too young, doesn't have the experience. Michael Van Buren was brought in to be that. But what I've seen from Junior is a significant thing that kind of worries me. It's taking too long to decide, taking too long to figure out where you're going to go, sitting on your in the pocket. In the SEC, it's tough. You got all these quick edge rushers to pass protection, put on an island. If you're sitting there 3-4 seconds pocket trying to be able to figure something, he had good moments. It wasn't like it was horrible. It's going to take a while, but I just think he doesn't know when to let loose. I mean, like there's times where you got a quick read or you got an opportunity here, a check down, your third read, whatever the case may be. You trust it. I don't know if he trusts his reads all the time. There's a lot of times where you see him try to show off the mobility out of the pocket and use the wheels. But there's a balance between it. And I said this on the show weeks ago when we were talking about Nussmeier and his to be able to run. You're not going to please everybody because the Jaden Daniel comes in and runs all the plays and people are like, man, you need to throw the ball. But then Garrett Nussmeier throws the ball a shit ton, and now people are talking about, well, Garrett, you need to run. So there's always going to be that group doubter, that nitpicky fan. However, with Michael Van Buren's situation, a little bit of both, right? You got to taper down that ability or that, to run whenever you have an opportunity to be able to throw the football. And then when you throw the football, it's about accuracy. It's about not creating a turnover. Now, there was times where he threw a nice ball. I think he threw in to Barian Brown earlier in the indoor, and it made you like, oh, I see it. I see the potential there. But then there's other where he throws to Trudez Green, and P.J. Woodland cuts a little bit short. And if P.J. Woodland reacted better, he could have had an interception. Oh, that's 6'7", which is absolutely insane in terms of a size from PJ to Trudez. But I say that just to say you're probably going to need Ness healthy this season. The quarterback depth doesn't look be your sure spot. Doesn't look to be the thing that you're going to be able to, like, it's not room. It's not the D-line. Multiple rotations are out there. You're watching the practice, and there's starters in that group. Michael Van Buren, Juwan Johnson, I don't know. Don't know if they're going to be the guys that are going to be the quarterback for LSU. I guess I say this to say I'm not sure LSU has their quarterback of the future now. I think that they're still going to have to get into the portal. They're still going to have to get some experienced guy to come in and save their souls when that's probably off into the sunset, goes to plays on Sundays. That's what he has to do. Got Coco in the chat. Wi-Fi is being shitty. All right, let's try to. I shouldn't have done that one. Let's just keep it going. See what happens. Wide receiver room. Kyle Parker had a great day. Used him a lot in the quick game, in the short game. He's one of your guys, speedy guys, can create separation. And you saw it. He got open several times, made defenders hold jersey. TaMarcus Cooley had to grab a ride with him because of speed that he showed through the open field. He's working with the special teams too. A lot of wide receivers were in that punt return period today. I'm not gonna lie to you. We saw Zay Thomas, we saw Johnny Watkins, Aaron Anderson, Barry Brown, along with Kyle Parker. If you had to get me to tell you who I think will be the rotation for the punt returners, who's going to be the guy who can potentially pick to be, if you will, in that area, Jelani Watkins, Thomas, May, Barry Brown. That's who I'm feeling. A good practice today. That's where the signs are coming to. Zay Thomas had a great day as well. Similar to Kyle Parker, another one of those short receivers with speed. You're going to be able to out there in a short field package, whether it be a screen route, put him on a slant and just torch a linebacker, put him up in the slot. It'll be interesting to see how they use the versatility that they have, and not even just versatility, they use the depth. They got a lot of wide receivers out there. They got 7, I feel like, are starting caliber wide receivers that they went to another university. They would jump and chart over there. And in Zay Thomas's instance, too, bit of a chemistry connection. There's with a few of this, but it just seems like Zay Thomas and Garrett Nussmeier, they had each other today. Barry Brown as well. Brown's stock continues to soar. Had a huge catch on the sideline. Smart got everybody hyped, got everybody wild, and BK wasn't through operations. But hey, bro, it's LSU. This is what it is. 40+ yard shot. Nuss and Barry look like they keep connecting. 6-13. That's going to be a duo to watch all season long. I think Barry can create so much space. It don't even matter who's guarding him. He's got that quick twitch speed. He brought it over from Kentucky. Everybody's seen him in the returning game, in the short game. But I think you can see him in a variety of things, a variety of packages. He reminds me of Chris Hilton. I think he's got the same skill set. So hypothetically, if a Chris Hilton got injured and wasn't able to answer the bell, this is somebody that you're going to be able to roll out there and expect great things from, quite frankly. I think Barry Brown will continue to make his name known. That's somebody that you're going to have to learn through that transfer portal. I think it's a decent name. PJ Woodland. PJ Woodland kind of got active against Barry Brown. It was a double-sided sword. At first, Barry goes over Moss's PJ head. Then PJ comes in, man coverage, gets a little straps going. I like PJ Woodland. I feel like he's had a great camp. I feel like he's shown his potential. The thing with him is going to be the size. Now, I'm not going to say that LSU DBs need to be a certain height and you can't be undersized because everybody remembers the Honey Badger, right? Obviously, everybody remembers them. Everybody remembers. I would say Jamal Adams was kind of a smaller safety, but whatever the case may be, it don't matter about the height. I think PJ Woodland has the intangibles, has the skill, has the instinctiveness. I think he can get out there, but like that play I said with Trudez Green, those are the things that you got to worry about a little bit when you have a wide receiver like that or a defensive back like that out there in coverage. He'll probably move towards that nickel slot, play toward the line of scrimmage, try to create some havoc up there because your main corners are going to be Ashton and Mansour. That's what I've seen a lot. At safety, I've seen a lot of A.J. Halsey and Tamarcus Cooley, but your corners seem to be Mansour and Ashton. Mansour is your number one guy. He had another interception today on Garrett Nussmeier. And boy, Sloan came in pissed. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sloan was pissed about that. They got into a little bit of a conversation. But look, iron them things out in fall camp. Iron them out now. Don't throw the interceptions against Clemson in week 1. You can't get it back. You can get these back now. You can watch the film, rework it, reroute it, redo it, mental rep, erase it. It'll be interesting, though. Floby in the chat. What's up, Floby? Good to see you, dog. Linebacker. Harold Perkins kind of had a rough rep today against Trudez Green. Trudez made him touch the earth a little bit. All in all, though, I think Harold's been adjusting well. I think, look, you're going to need to tweak your coverage a little bit whenever he's out there in that set. I think he might need a little bit of help, especially in the early parts of the season. But look, it's unfair to put somebody up against Trudez Green and expect him to be perfect. Trudez had a hell of a day today. As a matter of fact, look, I'm going to go out and say that Trudez only lost 1 rep or 2 reps. One, the main one was the PJ Woodland one where Michael Van Buren underthrew him and PJ was able to deflect it. The other one, DJ Pickett held him and had a pass interference call. 6'5" on 6'7", and the only way that DJ could stop Trudez was a little bit of a contact, a little bit of extra love, if you will. I think Trudez Green will be one of your biggest targets in this entire offensive scheme. I said who my X factor would be this season, and it's the same. It's Caden Durham. You're going to need that run game to blow up, and you're going to need to put him in a situation to succeed, and where he help this offense balance, and it's not just through the air. Our assault approach, the pass games obviously fit from the plethora of wide you got, but still, you're gonna need to be able to balance the run, and you got to do it with Caden Durham. Durham come out and have a hell of a year. Then I think LSU's got a chance to be in the playoff, but maybe host the trophy. Now you mix in Trudez Green, and he's a dual threat. You got him in the pass game, and you can have him help you in the run game. So big, you can have him as an extra. And shit, if you come out in doubles, you got 2 kids on either side. It's 7 people. There's a lot of opportunities here for LSU, and I think 14 and 29 are going to be 2 of your biggest offensive pieces to be able to watch going forward. Flo be in the chat. AP preseason released today. LSU number 9. I'm happy. Yeah, look, if they're putting you in the top 10, you're doing something right. There's 12 get their name called to go into the playoffs. Preseason is very it's a reach. I ain't gonna lie. Every preseason poll, every preseason ranking, gonna be AP coaches, FPI. It don't matter. All of them, I think, are a little bit reach. But now you're in a where you get the top 10 match in the year against Clemson. I think this is the first he's had that. Now, I don't know how out. I saw y'all were talking about this in here. You talking about, man, it's still gonna help LSU beat Clemson. Yeah, an interesting game. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think the Nussmeier injury kind of threw a wrinkle into things, kind of hold their breath a little bit. If you can keep him upright and protect him in that pocket, not have him get touched by your Peter Woods, your TJ Parker, you'll be in a good situation. LSU's not going to be in a bind against Clemson. Now, will it be a close game? I think so. I don't think LSU has the potential to boat race and run away with it. I'd love to see it. We'll be there live in attendance. Going to be making the trek out to Greensville here shortly in about, let's say, 2.5 weeks? Not even 3 weeks at this point. The time's ticking. LSU's going to have to produce. LSU's going to have to go out there and get the victory. Ease all the doubters. If you start 1-0 against a team like this, who I think was ranked, 6? Let's go see where Clemson is in the AP poll. Either way, if you start off good against a team like that, I don't know what kind of question marks you have left for this team. No, Clemson's number 4. Good grief. The number 4 team in the nation. And you're going into their house on the road. The next ACC team is at number 10. They're number 4. That's a huge gap. The SEC's got a lot of people in the top 10. Texas, Georgia, Bama, LSU. Shout out Arizona State for clinging on right there at that point. They are the first Big 12 team in the AP poll, and they're at 11. Wow. Next best, Kansas State at 17. It's interesting. Now, that's why I'm saying this is kind of not an overreaction, but it's a little bit too early. It's a little premature. Texas, Penn State, Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama. I like that Alabama's at number 8. I feel like everybody was putting a lot of hype, a lot of stock into Alabama, and it'll be an interesting year going away from Jalen Milroe. You still got Jam Miller. You still got Ryan Williams. Kalen DeBoer is an offensive guru. Going to be able to piece some things up through that. But having them as a lock, as a number 3 team in the SEC, I think that's up for grabs. I think Alabama has a shot at the number 3 seed in the SEC. LSU's got a shot at it. South Carolina's got a shot at it. Who's number 13, debuted higher than Florida, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, A&M. But, hey, Florida at number 15 is interesting too. That's a lot of stock to be putting in all of these SEC teams. It just means more out here. This is why Sankey's talking about not doing the automatic 4 bid for those teams, because the SEC could damn near do that on their own at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 right now in the top 12, and you got 1 fringe. You could have 5 playoffs potentially, even without that 4 seed AQ. 5 plus 11 is getting all the positives. It seems to be to the madness here. Big 10 team, I could pushing for it. SEC, you might not need it. You might be doing a service to guarantee 8 playoff teams. Give 4 to the other side. I think it can push and claw and fight their way in those every single year. At least 4. Let's look at college football playoff. The final bracket. Texas, Ohio State, Georgia. You got 3 last year. Nah, Tennessee. Or you had 3 last year. I don't know. Who would have been a 4th last year? You could have even not Ole Miss, maybe. Either way, you got a lot of options to get 4 people into the SEC. the college football playoffs from the. Hopefully, LSU's one. Yeah, I know Flo will be my Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi. What it is, you just gotta the chips up and see how it falls. Cox Wi-Fi loves to hate on me. I'm gonna have to get out of here. Save y'all from it. Hopefully, when we get back on here Wednesday at 1 p.m., it'll be better. Tuesday, tomorrow, we're going out, no cameras, going to practice, getting intel, another practice report Wednesday. This has been the Verdin Verdict. Y'all have a good day.